Right now, a massive snowstorm stretching from New Mexico to Maine is affecting over 200 million people in America. But what worries me most isn't the storm itself, but there are people that have nowhere to go. Across the US, there are homeless people who are working jobs, sometimes two, and still have no real housing options. Even during good weather, they're living in cars, storage units, tents, or extended stay hotels. The wealthiest country in the world should not have working people freezing during a storm.
It's only getting colder. Telling me that a snowstorm is approaching. I have nowhere warm to stay, guys. Try going to the shelters or the places you guys referred me to, or most of them. I've just been ending up running into a dead end, to be honest. The place I go to, they're either packed or they're packed and there's a waiting list where now I have to wait, sit around on the floor, still be cold, and it's just, I'm realizing everything in New York City is a process. It's almost like you gotta be begging on your knees for the help, and even when you come get the help, it's limited, so there goes that. It sucks though, because just like me and everyone else, I pay taxes, and I feel like I can't even rely on the city I kind of helped build with these taxes. It's sad, bro. I work so hard, and it's like New York City just makes it harder. I'm not the type to just roll over and just give up, and you feel me? Like, it's hard, man. The hardest part is maintaining your dignity and self-respect as a man, for real.
It bothers me that this is a reality. Why? Why are people forced to live like this? What makes this situation even worse is that the Trump administration cut funding from FEMA, and this is a situation where FEMA will be needed heavily. With less funding, FEMA won't be able to effectively use their emergency food and shelter program. And in the midst of all this, FEMA has only paused their terminations. But after this storm, will they resume those terminations? Also, what happens if they need more people later? What then?
I've been homeless for 7 months due to an illness, and I just have to bring it to everyone's attention that homeless people are everywhere. In America, it feels like this is something that we want to stuff down and hide from people and not talk about, like it's a sore subject or something, and like homeless people are invisible. But if you look and you pay attention, they're fucking everywhere. Behind the car wash, behind the building, behind the retail store, in the Planet Fitness parking lot. Homelessness is a huge problem that we don't talk about enough, and it's way more widespread than anybody knows. America has become unaffordable. The world, basic human living, basic human rights, basic human living has become unaffordable. You would never believe the amount of people that are living in their vehicles. The families that are crammed into their van or into a tiny little trailer altogether. The guy who came to detail my car started asking me, like, you take a lot of trips, don't you? I said, no, I was homeless. I lived in this car for 7 months. And he told me his life story and that he had been in the same situation. And now he's in a trailer. Now he's in a little trailer with his entire family, trying to make ends meet. Yesterday, I gave a microwave to a woman who said that she had just got done being homeless. Now she needed some appliances for her new place. Why aren't we talking about this? Why are we afraid to look at this? It's everywhere. Why are we doing nothing about it?
Here's one of the comments left on this video. I live in my car in Vermont, and there are a minimum of 10 to 15 other cars living at the park and ride every night, and they all work full-time or DoorDash full-time. There are a lot of people that fall under the category of the working homeless. In March of 2025, Brian Goldstone published a book titled, "There is No Place for Us: Working and Homeless in America." But you don't have to read the book, because people are living through the tragic reality every single day, and they're documenting their struggles through TikTok. These people are working and still cannot afford a place to stay. Look, I'm glad that they were able to persevere through this, but dealing with high levels of uncertainty on a consistent basis, it must be extremely taxing on their minds and bodies. No one should have to live like this. No one.
People don't understand the hunger and drive of somebody who doesn't necessarily have a home. When you don't have a home or a place you can always just return to find solace or rest for whatever reason, whether you've been disowned, whether it's just in such disarray, whether even where you come from, those people are unhappy. Not having a home makes you into a survival beast because everything has to make dollars and cents. Your strings have to be tied so correctly, there is no room for mistake. The things I'm able to do today, I planned for 3 years ago probably. I have always known where I'm going to be at every single time because my planning has had to be so far ahead because there was no turning back option. The only thing I could do is make it easier for myself to progress. When you have no base of operation, you learn how to work from anywhere. It builds a work ethic that can translate and have impact in any environment. And it builds a level of foresight in you, especially if this happens to you young, that people well into their adult years may never develop because they've never had this feeling. You go harder at things, you take things more serious, you see more ahead, you have more maturity, you're more assured of yourself, and the difference shows because the difference is your reality and the standards that you have to meet to make sure you also don't end up unhoused while under your own control. People that operate in the world with a safety net in the back of their mind operate very differently and are way more risky than those of us that know we have to plan everything correctly because any risk could potentially turn fatal. When you don't have a safety net, every move has to be precise and your skill set will develop with a level of precision that is almost unhuman and a level of planning that takes literal obsession.
I know she's looking at the silver lining here. Like, if you can get through homelessness, then you can get through anything and you'll acquire skills you never thought possible. But this shouldn't be anyone's forced reality. We've advanced so much as a society. And if anyone is homeless, then the system is broken. At least at some points it is. Some people are sleeping in airports because they don't have any other options. But at least an airport is better than sleeping and living in a car.
Hey everybody, my name is Tyler, and because of the out of control inflation that we're having in our country right now and rent prices being over $1,500 a month, I have been outpriced at the rental market and I live here in my car full time, and I wanted to give you a brief tour. So starting with the bed here, it is a 3-inch memory foam mattress topper, super comfortable. I have about 4 layers of blankets, which keeps me warm, especially right now we've got 20-degree weather at night, so it's pretty cold. Moving over here, I have my cooler. I've had a few people tell me I'm not supposed to have this cooler because I live in my car, but it actually was a birthday gift last year for my 30th birthday, and I just can't part with it. I absolutely love it. Keeps all my food cold and fresh for days. I absolutely just adore this cooler, so I'm not gonna get rid of it.
Others are trying to survive in storage units and tents.
This is crazy. Alright, so I'm a cab driver, guys, and so I've had this pickup a few times with this old lady. Her name is Val. Super sad. I always get a call that she's going from Walmart to this area, and the first time I had picked her up, I didn't realize that she was living in a storage unit. You know, I think it's pretty crazy and messed up in this world that an 80-year-old lady is staying in a storage unit, and she claims that she's gonna get a van someday, and
Some people who have managed to find temporary housing are staying in extended stay hotels. At $720 per week, this person is paying over $100 per day to stay there. And they can afford that, but they can't afford an apartment because landlords want to see that you earn 3 times the rent. I understand why that rule is in place. Landlords want a near guarantee that renters can pay the rent. But it really has become the rule that prevents people from being able to rent apartments. It's a gatekeeping rule. This housing crisis has gotten so bad that Costco has stepped up to the plate to try to fix the problem. Costco is planning on building apartments above their stores. The first 800 apartments are supposed to be in Los Angeles, with 184 units for low-income residents. The starting rent for low-qualified, low-income residents is $1,040 per month, which comes out to about $35 per day in a 30-day month. I'm glad someone is beginning to provide some sort of relief to this problem, even if it is a corporation. As a society, we just have a long way to go. Well, that's all I have for you today. What do you think? Leave your comments below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.